in all reality, I deal with enough in my life that I don't want to have to watch 11 point of views spanning 2 hours each. What I will say is this. If you don't want to clip your point of view, change that. You want to clip your point of view for you. It's very educational. I would do that / look up like trifecta runs. So like watch Immortal Redeemer runs, watch what they do, watch your videos, see what you're doing, and try to learn from your own mistakes. So at this point, I would recommend clipping your videos if you have an interest in doing it. If you are not clipping your videos, I am subconsciously judging you. You don't have to post them up publicly. At most, I would only say share them with the team and be like, hey, at this point I keep having this problem, what are you guys seeing? You can share it with your neighbor, share it with me, share it with somebody you trust, and be like, hey, what's going on here? What's your advice? Now, if I feel that there is a problem, or somebody is having difficulties with something in particular, I will request point of views. There's no way I'm going to say this without sounding like a dick. If I request your point of view, it's not really a request. It's really not. If there's one person that, say, we do this for like 4 weeks, and one person continues to have a lot of problem, and I want you all to understand this from my perspective, I have to do what's right by the team. If somebody is having a problem, and I ask for a point of view, and I do not get it, I am wasting the other 10 people's time by not figuring out what that problem is, getting it addressed. Again, I'm not looking for problems for the sake of replacing anybody. I am looking for them to help you get better so you don't have them to begin with. Because again, my goal is to get every single person in this group through this, on the roles that they're currently on.
I'll say what he's not saying to not tell like a worse dick. He's been in a position where POVs are requested, didn't get sent in, and that person didn't run that night. Like, don't tempt him. He's not fucking around. It's not a request, it is a send a POV, or there's a chance you won't run the next day. So, it's serious. He didn't want to like too much of a dick, I guess, if he didn't tell you that, but it's happened. And it was not without cause. But it happened. And it happened in Voss. So, be aware.
And again, I didn't do it. Again, there's no way I can explain this without coming off like an asshole. There's not. But
yes, there is. There really is. I'll do it for you if you want.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
The particular person in question was struggling extremely a ton with their job. He asked for the POVs. He asked for bar setups. He asked for everything going on an entire week in advance. We finished the run that week. He asked for it before the next week's run. This wasn't a next night situation. This was your last week should I need it. We didn't receive it until about an hour and a half before the run. Now, if anyone's ever watched POVs and tried to pull someone into a party to have a conversation, y'all know that shit's not happening in 5 minutes. Not when it requires, it was not you, and not when it requires an complete overhaul of your set. This person knew what was going on, they knew the questions, they knew the concerns, they knew that there were massive changes needed, and did not send their shit until an hour and a half before the run. He wasn't an asshole. That's not a lot to expect that in 6 days you provide a video and your bar setup. Or your bar setup. It was literally just needed to have a conversation because a whole lot needed to be changed. This person knew it, I was assuming didn't want to have to make those changes and didn't send it. Thinking like, we'll all be allowed into the run next. That's the mentality. So it wasn't Dez being an asshole. Like, Dez can be an asshole, I'll fucking say it right now. He wasn't being an asshole. That person had ample time to take care of it.
Nuka, just to clear your conscience, it was a support. It was a support role.
Oh god, it is me. Shit!
Very.
So, I'm willing to work with people by any means. I have shit internet. There's plenty of us here who do. I get that. If you have to send me your shit in 15-minute intervals and you turn one night into 10 like fucking different videos, do what you gotta do. Clip out every bit where we're not pulling in the middle of the pool, etc. But again, if I'm asking for a point of view, it might not even be because I want to see what the fuck you're doing. It might be because I'm wanting to see what somebody close to you is doing from your perspective. Usually I get away with just having my support's point of view because between the 4 to 5 of those, depending on what the fuck you're doing, I can see just about everything going on. However, having somebody's direct point of view, I can see what skills they're casting, what they're doing, like what they're looking at, if they're staring off into space, or if they have to spin their camera around 5 times to find what it is I'm telling them to hit, etc. When I ask those point of views, I am instantly put into this position that if you don't provide that for me, I have to ask myself, like, is this person just not caring? Like, if they don't have this problem, etc. So, that is the forewarning of it all. Is that if I ask, it's because I'm trying to help the group by helping each and every one of you. So, if I ask for it, and you don't send it to me, and I sub you out for a night, or I outright replace you, first and foremost, it's not personal. It's not. It's just that I have to get this group through. If we're here 6 months from now, because I'm not doing my job well enough, I'm letting down 10 other people. If I have to lose one person because, and again, if I ask you to clip your video and you accidentally take a screenshot, please do not let that fucking happen. Please, for the love of fucking God, do not do that shit. But, you know, if it did happen, I'm gonna be understanding. But if you do it like 5 times in a row, I'm not gonna like you very much as a person. So yeah. And for the love of God, that was a long-ass rant for me to say, now's a good time to clip your video. And if you don't have your shit to record an hour worth of video, DM Aubrey. We'll talk you through that shit. If you don't have a YouTube, you're probably not on this fucking team right now. But if for some ungodly reason that was the case,
I'm very sad now.
I'm sorry. It's like, where's he going with that? They all needed to test somehow.
but again, we're here to help. If I even come at you and say, hey, I think you might be having a problem with this, and you're like, no, I don't, you show me the point of view, and it's going to go one of 2 ways. Either I'm wrong, or you're wrong. I really don't care which one, as long as, you know, the boat continues to sail smoothly, and life goes on. With that being said, everyone's had ample time to click the record button, and you have everything saved up until now. Please watch those. Don't, like, save them and do nothing with them, but literally watch them. If you die 1 time, watch those videos. If you die more times, watch them more times. If you die no times, still fucking watch those videos and figure out what you can do better. There is not a soul in this trial, myself included, that cannot get better, and that's the mentality to have with it. Figure out how to get better at all times. Now, after that long-ass rant, please stack when you are ready. Again, try to... Go ahead and take your second. Try to